My name is Shane James, and I'm the Cultural Resource Specialist for the Oregon Watershed Enhancement Board. In Oregon, we have already identified a lot of cultural resources, but a majority of them remain hidden out of sight. Since we do not want to unknowingly damage these resources, it is important to identify them before a project gets started. In fact, there are federal and state laws that require this kind of consideration before a project can start.
If your project plans to benefit salmonid populations, then you should include an APE map with your application.
So today, I wanted to take some time and talk about what to consider when defining a project area, also known as the Area of Potential Effect, or APE. By the end of this video, you should be able to think holistically about your project's APE and create a map that accurately communicates it and meets OWEB's grant application requirements. The Area of Potential Effect, or APE, should include the maximum area that will be affected during the project and consider both the direct and indirect effects. So when considering the total effects of the project, some of the things you should include in the APE would be the construction area, staging areas, access roads, drainage diversions, disposal areas, or whatever else may be necessary. Once we have considered all these potential impacts or effects for the project, a cultural resource specialist, such as an archaeologist or architectural historian, can know exactly where to look for cultural resources without wasting your time and money. This approach will get grantees through the process much quicker.
The APE map will be used at several steps in the cultural resources review process and must be detailed enough to determine if any cultural resources exist in the project area. With this in mind, the map should be simple enough to understand the extent of the proposed project, but not so simple and lacking detail that a reviewer may need to request additional information. Here are some helpful tips to consider while putting together your map. As previously mentioned, include the maximum area that will be affected during the project. Consider both direct and indirect effects. Include the construction area, staging areas, drainage diversions, material sourcing for large woody debris structures, access roads, disposal areas, and others as appropriate. Ready to go, right?
Hello?
Not quite. Additionally, instead of an aerial image, use a standardized topographic background such as a 7.5-minute scale map that clearly shows important landmarks and details. Similar backgrounds are available on most Esri ArcGIS or Google Earth products. Provide the project title and project location, including the latitude and longitude, as well as the township, range, and section. Include a legend, a scale, and a north arrow for reference. Also consider using multiple maps to display large projects or projects where sites are not adjacent.
Thank you for taking the time to watch our video. We hope you have learned about the different things to consider when developing your project's area of potential effect, and now have the tools to create a simple and effective map that can be used during project reviews. If you have any questions about what we have discussed in this video, or would like to understand more about the cultural resource work that OWEB does, please do not hesitate to contact me for additional information. More information, including additional videos on a range of subjects, can also be found on OWEB's website in the Video Help Library.